Well, hello, church. It's Pastor Jeremy coming to you from the parsonage with another daily devotion. Today we're going to hear a voice that will be familiar to many longtime Court Streeters. Please enjoy this message from Millie, Janka.
Hello, my name's Millie, Janka. My late husband Ralph and all of our family were at Court Street from 1977 to 1986. This was the second longest pastoral time for Ralph in his ministry. We were privileged to live in Flint at that time, and all of our children graduated from high school from Flint schools, and we were almost next door to the church building. For all of us, we have a list of memories that is a mile long, and they are beautiful memories. Some are sad, but they are beautiful. Jeremy asked if I might share a message with you about this time of staying at home and dealing with COVID-19, and I'm very honored to do that. The Psalms are scriptures that have always been especially meaningful to me. Psalm 8 probably leads my favorites. I'm especially fond of the musical and poetic style that the Psalms offer to us. In Leslie Brandt's book entitled Psalms Now, Pastor Brandt rewrites, or he paraphrases, all of the 150 Psalms. And I treasure this book. It was written almost 50 years ago, but it still truly speaks to me. Brandt writes this about his work. He says, "I strove to express what these Psalms say to me. I hope that they indicate some of the honesty and humanity of the psalm writers in their daily experiences. I am expressing what the psalmist might be saying if he were living in the 20th century." I'll read the words to you now from my book, and I love the cover. The artwork in this book was done by a very famous nun, Sister Carita. Here are the words from Psalm 8. "How full of wonder and splendor you are, O God. I see the reflections of your beauty, and I hear the sounds of your majesty wherever I turn. Even the babbling of babes and the laughter of children spell out your name in indefinable syllables. When I gaze into the star-studded skies and attempt to comprehend the vast distances, I contemplate in utter amazement my Creator's concern for me. I'm dumbfounded that you should care personally about me. And yet you have made me in your image. You have called me your child. You have ordained me as your priest and chosen me to be your servant. You have assigned to me the fantastic responsibility of carrying on your creative activity. Oh God, how full of wonder and splendor you are." That part about star-studded skies always speaks to me. It speaks volumes, because here where I live in the north, at my home at Lake Louise, I have the privilege of seeing the dark star-studded skies all year long, whatever the season. Our family owns a telescope, and many of our summer nights here we do stargazing, studying that vastness of the universe and learning the names of the locations of the stars and the constellations, and exploring with our telescope the moon's craggy surfaces. My computer physics astronomer son Kevin and I were hoping to do some stargazing last night, but only a moon slightly peeking out behind some hazy clouds was available. One little teeny tiny star that was off in the northwest showed through for just a little while. But Kevin and I talked, and here are some notes from our visit on the phone. Kevin reminded me that with the naked eye, the nearest star that we can see is called Alpha Centauri, and it's 4 light years away. And the farthest stars that we can see are called the Andromeda Galaxy, and that one is over 2 million light years away. Our little telescope helps us to see the craters on the moon. We love watching for the summer constellations, especially the summer triangle with Lyra the harp, Aquila the eagle, and Cygnus the swan. In all the events with so many unknowns in these unsettling times, it is very good to remind ourselves of the 4.5 billion years old that is our Earth. For those many years, our planet has turned in its orbit. And now we are the travelers in this amazing, expanding universe. I am touched and reassured that the psalmists and even Jesus saw the stars and the constellations over 2,000 years ago. Isaac Watts, a very prolific hymn writer, actually he wrote 750, expresses the beauty and the mystery of creation in words that he wrote in 1715, more than 300 years ago, and yet they still apply. It's hymn number 152 in our United Methodist hymnal. Here's the first verse. I love this hymn, and every time I sing it, I love it even more. Here are the words. I sing the almighty power of God that made the mountains rise, that spread the flowing seas abroad and built the lofty skies. I sing the wisdom that ordained the sun to rule the day. The moon stands full at God's command, and all the stars obey. There is a healing balm in nature that offers comfort to humankind. Perhaps staying in touch with the natural world and the rhythms of earth have never been more important in our lives. This COVID-19 illness and death have invaded what we used to consider normal. And we're called to have new respect for our planet and all who inhabit it from corner to corner. It's our responsibility, as it's said in Psalm 8, to carry on God's creative activity. Author Rachel Carson says it like this: those who contemplate the beauty of the earth will find reserves of strength that will endure as long as life lasts. I love the blessing of John Rutter's piece of music called Deep Peace. A dear friend sent it to me, and it was sung on YouTube by an English boy choir. It is my blessing that I would love to leave with you today. Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace of the gentle night to you. Moon and stars pour their healing light on you. Deep peace of Christ, the light of the world, to you. Deep peace of Christ to you.
Well, Millie, thank you for that blessing, and thank you for helping us to find some perspective. If Millie said something that spoke to you or touched your heart, please let her know in the comments. You can find a new devotion here each day right around noon. Until we meet again, keep washing your hands, stay at home, and do not be afraid.